Tobias has posted a question on Facebook where he asks, "Hi, I'm a little confused with the possibilities of Laravel collection. I have got 3 models and loaded them with a chained eager loading, taxonomy, terms, project. I have got different kinds of taxonomies, and for some I need to find all terms which haven't been assigned to a project yet. So I'm going to show you how you can do that." Okay, so what I have done so far was to create the basic schema based on your sample code, so I can figure out how that was set up. So I have here a basic, a default user migration that comes with Laravel. So it's just a basic user table. I have the taxonomies table, which depends on user, so it has a foreigner key set on the user ID. I have the terms, which has a taxonomy ID, and I have a project which has the term ID. And I also have set up the models. So I have the models. I go very quickly here with you through all, so you can see the relationship that I have set. So I have here the term that belongs to term on the project, right? The taxonomy that has user belongs to user and has many terms. The terms that is a taxonomy belongs to taxonomy, and a project has many projects. And user ID and user that just has many taxonomy, right? And I also have a created database header that basically will just populate the database for me. And I also have already run these commands. Okay, so if I go here to SQL Pro, you can see my database is properly set up with dummy data and a lot of dummy users. Okay, so I have also here created on my route files a basic a structure similar to the one you did, right? You get a taxonomy where user ID is some user IDs with terms, and you also loaded the projects along, right? So let's just dump this here so you can see what's coming. Let's go to Chrome, give it a refresh, and yeah, so we have here a taxonomy object. We have here a taxonomy object with a relationship that has terms, and terms has 6 items inside, and you see some terms might have projects, like the first one has 6 projects. The second one has no projects, so you see some has and some doesn't have any. Okay, so let's get started and filter this down. I will show you 2 ways to filter this down. One at the collection level, that is first you load all your data from the database and then you filter this on the collection. And another way is filtering it directly on the query on the database, so you don't have to filter it afterwards. So let's first by the collection way. So taxonomy has terms, right? So each term, the method that we want to use here is called reject. It's a collection, right? Terms is a collection. The collection documentation is available on the Laravel website, so it's simple. You can go there and you know all the methods available for you. But yeah, so the one that we want is the reject. We want to reject some items of this array that doesn't match our criteria. So here we got term. And we will just return. We just return the terms that projects is empty, right? So let me save this to a variable here. So for example, temp. I just save to temp, and let's dump here to have a look what's coming. Terms not exist. What is term? Taxonomies. Okay. The problem here is that taxonomies is a collection, so we need to grab an item from this collection. So let's just to start here, let's grab the first item of the collection and give it a refresh, and yeah, so we get 2 terms. Look, we got just the ones that has projects associated to it. So this one and this one has projects. If I invert here, of course it will come the inverse, so just the one that doesn't have. Okay, but you see here we got the collection of of terms, right? But how about if I wanted to get the original collection, that is the taxonomy collection, but with the modified terms inside? So for that, we need to use a transform method. So let's say taxonomy transform, and then we give it a function. Again, let's just assign this temp to this. Let me comment this now. And here what the instance that we get is a taxonomy, right? And yeah, we can do pretty much the same as we did here. Copy this. In this case, we don't need mod first, so we can get the terms directly from this. And yeah, and we should return the taxonomy, so it will be transformed. But right now, at this with this code, it will not work because when I reject this, it will return for me, right? Terms. And how do I assign these terms to this? Well, you might think that you could do something like this, right? Term, like terms, it's terms, right? So I just replace that terms with this term. Actually, let's try first to see what you get. So if I test here, taxonomy, okay, I have my relationship terms, and I have the 6 items here, and yeah, I have got the 6 items. So if I do something like this, terms, and give it a refresh again, you see that we still have the 6 items. However, our attributes has increased. We actually set the terms, filter terms, to be on the attributes, not on the relation. So what we need is we need to override the relationship instead of just setting like this. How to override the relationship? We can use set. Actually, if you use PHP Storm, you can give it the instance here, so you can know what's the methods available on that object. So we have here set relation. We can give it this terms, the name of the relation, right, and give it that data. So now, if we refresh the page, we will have here relation terms. Terms has 2 items. Yeah, and that works. And as you see here, if you wanted to reset these keys here, this keys is the keys from the original array. So if you want to reset these, actually simple. We just need to flatten this array at this point. So we are flattening is this part here, this part here. Okay, so let's refresh the page, and what we get, yeah, terms, and with reset with the reset keys, yeah, okay, and yeah, and we get the proper relationship, right? So this is filtered at the collection layer. Let's now learn how to filter this directly on the query made on the database. So what we can do here is we make this an array, and we make it in a callback, make it inside a callback. So here what we get, terms project. If I go to the projects, to the terms, and terms project is an instance of has many, right? So terms projects is a has many relationship. So here what I will get is a has many object. So I just give it name builder, and let me import this so I can know type hint what the methods available for me here. So you see is there is a bunch of methods available, but what we want here is the query. So we get the query that's being executed. And now we can add some constraints to this. So we want only the one that has projects, right? So if we just give it like this, let's see what we will get. So I will die here, the taxonomy, and refresh. Builder projects not found. Okay, the reason is because we actually we can't give it directly on the project, because project doesn't have projects, right? So we actually need to give it on the term. So I delete here on the term. So project, I only want the terms that has projects to it. Okay, so now it's my work. It's work. So terms, 2 terms. So that's pretty much it. But I have another problem here. How about the eager loaded project? If you go to the terms, you don't have the projects anymore, and you can't just add the terms project here, or else it will all come together. So how you eager load this? It's actually simple. You just attach another with here, with projects. Okay, so we just refresh the page and go there. And terms has 2 terms, and projects. Now we have the projects. Okay, so this is the 2 ways that you could filter down your array to get only the results as you want. I would recommend you to use this one at the database layer, because you might have a lot of data, and through this way you only get the data that you need, instead of getting the whole collection and filtering down and throwing some results away. I'm not really sure or knows how your application, what are you doing on your application side, but loading the query, getting the query right is the best what you can do.